Hello and good evening students and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Before we start the daily quiz, here is an announcement that we have free offline workshops in Delhi as well as in Jaipur on 4th of June 2023 starting from 5 pm to 7 pm to guide you regarding your preparation for UPSC Civil Services Exam 2024. The Jaipur workshop will be conducted by Princer, whereas the Delhi workshop it will be conducted by SP Jhasar. The link for registration it is available in the description box. So do not forget to click on the link and register yourself for these sessions. Our first question is, how many of the following statements are true regarding Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, which is also known as Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity? It was launched by India's Prime Minister in 2015. It has 4 defined pillars of cooperation. As of now, it has 14 members. We have taken this question because negotiation for the Pillar 2 of the agreement regarding the supply chains, it has substantially concluded during the second ministerial meet of IPEF. Now IPEF, it was launched in the year 2022 in the month of May under the leadership of the United States President Joe Biden. It has 14 members which have decided to come together to advance the resilience, sustainability, inclusiveness, economic growth, fairness and competitiveness of the economies. There are 4 pillars around which the discussions regarding IPEF will be held. First is trade, second is supply chains, third is clean energy, decarbonization and infrastructure, and the fourth one is tax and anti-corruption. So if we go back to the question, this is incorrect whereas these are correct. So the correct answer is C. The next question is, how many of the following statements are true regarding western disturbances? They are an example of extratropical cyclones. They affect India only between November to March. They can acquire moisture from as far as Atlantic Ocean. We have taken this question because in the month of April and May, where usually the northern and the western parts of India experience high heat and hot temperatures along with heat waves, this year they have been experiencing cool summers. So what is the reason for this? It is the frequent spells of rain which are brought by the western disturbances. So that means that the impact of western disturbances is not limited to November to March months. Even in the month of May, they have brought rainfall in the northern and the western parts of the country. Now western disturbances, these are east moving rain bearing wind systems that originate beyond the countries of Afghanistan and Iran. They often pick up moisture from as far as the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. They are an example of extratropical cyclones as a result of low pressure areas which are formed due to the interaction between polar and the tropical winds. They frequently influence the weather over India, especially in the northwestern parts of India. So if we go back to the question, this is correct, this is incorrect, this is correct. So your correct answer is B. The next question is, how many of the following statements are true regarding the Western Ghats? They traverse through 6 states of India. They are a biodiversity hotspot. They are important water divide in India. Now this is a very easy question and I'm pretty sure most of you must be able to answer it. However, let us take a look at why we have taken this question. Now recently, scientists from Agarkar Research Institute, they have discovered 62 desiccant tolerant vascular plant species in the Western Ghats. Out of these 62 species, 16 are endemic to India and 12 are exclusive to Western Ghats. Now what do you mean by desiccant tolerant vascular plant? These are those plants which are able to withstand extreme dehydration. They can lose up to 95% of their water content and then they can revive themselves once water is available again. Now Western Ghats, they are a very important biodiversity hotspots of India. And apart from that, they are a very important water divide as well. They help in deciding which rivers will flow into the Bay of Bengal and which rivers in the Arabian Sea. The rivers that originate to the eastern side of the Western Ghats, they flow into the Bay of Bengal, whereas the rivers originating from the western side, they are smaller and they flow into the Arabian Sea. So if we go back to the question, this is correct and this is correct. Now what about this? There are 6 states through which the Western Ghats traverse through. We have Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So the correct answer over here is option D. The next question is, Mekedatu Drinking Water Project is related to which of the following rivers? Kaveri, Godavari, Vaigai, Pranhita. We have taken this question because this project has come back into the news. There has been a tussle between the states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka regarding this project. Now this drinking water project, it is a 9,000 crore project which is proposed in the state of Karnataka. Now the city of Bangalore, it is experiencing an increase in population and it is expected that within the next few decades it will run out of water. So this project, it aims to bring drinking water to Bangalore and its adjacent areas. However, Tamil Nadu has been opposing this project because this project, which will be built over the Kaveri river, it will reduce the flow of the river into the state of Tamil Nadu, affecting the farmers in the state. So if we go back to the question, A is our correct answer. Now PYQ from the year 2019. Which one of the following is not the most likely measure that the government or the RBI takes to stop the slide of Indian rupee? Curbing imports of non-essential goods and promoting exports, encouraging Indian borrowers to issue rupee-denominated masala bonds, easing conditions relating to external commercial borrowing, following an expansionary monetary policy. Now we'll take a look at all the options one by one. Now curbing import of non-essential goods and promoting exports, it will help in reducing the outflow and increasing the inflow of the dollar. So it will definitely help in controlling the depreciation of the rupee. What about the second statement? Now these masala bonds, they are rupee denominated. So that means if the borrowers, they are borrowing not in dollars but in rupees, this will not put pressure on our currency because we are not borrowing in dollars but in rupees. What about the third statement? Now this will lead to higher borrowing abroad and will temporarily reduce the deficit of foreign currency in India, preventing the slide of the rupee. What about this statement? Now this may lead to lower interest rates, which will increase the inflation due to increase in imports through higher spending of the government, and the slide of rupee will take place because of this measure. So that is why this measure, it is not the most likely measure to stop the slide of Indian rupee. Now we come to the fact of the day, which is about the PM SVANidhi scheme. Now this scheme, it has completed 3 successful years. So that means it was launched in the year 2020. The main aim of the scheme was to restore Swarozgar, Swavlambhan and Swabhiman. That means self-employment, self-sustenance and self-confidence. This scheme, which is also known as the Prime Minister's Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi, it was focused on the street vendors to provide them with micro credits. So it defines street vendors as any person engaged in vending of articles, goods, wares, food items or merchandise of daily use, or offering services to public in a street, on a footpath, pavements, etc. from a temporary built-up structure or by moving from one place to another. The goods supplied by them, they can include vegetables, fruits, ready-to-eat street food, tea, pakoda, apparel, artisan products, books and services like barber shops, cobblers, pawn shops and so on. So under this scheme, these vendors, they could get a loan of up to 10,000 rupees, which they need to pay back in monthly installments in a tenure of 1 year. This scheme also promotes digital transactions through cashback incentives of up to 100 rupees per month for the vendors. Now the implementation agency for this scheme, please note, is the SIDBI, that is the Small Industries Development Bank of India. So that is all about today's daily quiz. I hope you were able to understand all the concepts. So do not forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such content. Thank you very much and have a very good day ahead.